Donald Trump was having a psychotic meltdown all last night as the entire world is calling for the 25th Amendment to be invoked. Here at home in the United States, Congress introducing legislation to establish a panel to look into the fitness of Donald Trump's cognitive and physical abilities to function in the position of the presidency. More broadly throughout the world, the international community is saying that Donald Trump needs to be removed based on his cognitive decline.
So MeidasTouch just broke down something unprecedented. 50 House Democrats introducing 25th Amendment legislation while Iran openly mocks Trump's fitness for office. We're witnessing constitutional crisis territory here, with both domestic lawmakers and foreign adversaries questioning presidential capacity. Let's break this down.
Heck, the Iranian social media accounts across the world in the various embassies continue to mock Donald Trump and say, so when is the 25th Amendment going to be invoked, America? You realize that you have a deeply unstable and cognitively ailing individual with the nuclear codes, and Iran's just been absolutely ruthless and is causing Donald Trump to have this late night psychotic meltdown. They just mock the hell out of him.
This is devastating for American credibility. When Iran, our adversary, is publicly questioning whether our president is mentally fit to hold nuclear codes, that signals complete collapse of deterrence. Foreign enemies don't mock stable leaders. They exploit perceived weakness and instability.
They're posting videos about Epstein Queen, which is their nickname for Melania. They're posting AI images of the AI image that Donald Trump posted of himself as Jesus. Then they have Jesus going after Donald Trump, who's the Antichrist, and throwing him in hell, basically. They are taunting him. It is haunting him.
Iran's psychological warfare here is brilliant and terrifying. They're weaponizing Trump's own messianic social media posts against him while referencing Melania's Epstein connections. This level of targeted humiliation from a hostile nation shows they view him as compromised and exploitable.
And Donald Trump all last night, post after post after post, weird posts with photos of him as like a little baby, which is just so odd. You have Donald Trump making other posts talking about, let me just go read some of them to you. He's attacking NATO. NATO wasn't, this is what he's like posting around midnight his time. NATO wasn't there for us. They won't be for us. And they won't be there for us in the future. Donald J. Trump, again around midnight, he posts, will someone please tell Pope Leo that Iran has killed at least 42,000 innocent, completely unarmed protesters in the last 2 months, and that for Iran to have a nuclear bomb is absolutely unacceptable.
Midnight posting sprees are textbook signs of mental deterioration. Attacking NATO while seeking papal validation during a crisis shows complete loss of strategic thinking. Pope Leo died in 1903. Trump's asking a dead pope to intervene in modern geopolitics.
So, as you keep on posting over and over again that Iran wants to make a deal badly and we're going to make a deal with them, you're posting at midnight that you're doing a economic chokehold on them that's going to starve them to death. By the way, another admission of more war crimes right there.
Under international humanitarian law, economic blockades targeting civilian populations constitute collective punishment, a war crime. Trump just admitted to deliberately starving Iranian civilians while simultaneously claiming he wants peace deals. That's criminal confession in real time.
50 House Democrats introduced legislation to establish a commission on presidential capacity to discharge the powers and duties, citing Donald Trump's unhinged and volatile and incoherent actions. Here's the official bill that was introduced into Congress yesterday: to establish a commission on presidential capacity to discharge the powers and duties of the office and for other purposes.
The 25th Amendment has never been used for cognitive decline, only brief medical procedures. 50 House Democrats introducing this legislation is historically unprecedented. They're essentially declaring the president mentally unfit, creating constitutional crisis while he still holds office.
The determination under subsection A shall be made if the commission finds that the president is temporarily or permanently impaired by any of the following conditions: physical illness, mental illness, alcohol or drug use, any other condition or contingency rendering the president unable to execute the powers and duties of the office of the presidency. Congresswoman Stansberry writes, Today, I joined Democratic Congressmember Raskin and introduced a 25th Amendment bill to create a bipartisan commission to determine if the president is fit to serve due to physical, mental, or other conditions.
Notice the comprehensive language: physical illness, mental illness, substance abuse, and other conditions. This covers everything from dementia to drug impairment. The broad categories make it legally bulletproof and harder for Trump allies to claim political targeting.
Dr. Oz said, Trump continues to argue to me that diet soda is good for him because it kills grass. So therefore it must kill cancer inside the body because it kills grass. This is the individual with their hands on the nuclear codes.
The diet soda logic reveals profound cognitive impairment. Believing lawn pesticides kill cancer because they kill grass shows complete breakdown in causal reasoning. This man controls 5,400 nuclear warheads with that level of delusional thinking.
If I weren't president, the world would be torn to pieces. I think you've torn the world to pieces right now, Donald. Absolutely absurd behavior right there. Let's go to Capitol Hill and hear what some of the lawmakers are saying. Here's Congressman Menendez. Here's what he has to say. Play this clip.
Congressman, what do you make of Trump's attacks on the Pope this weekend?
I mean, what else do Americans need to see, right? First American Pope, and from someone who has no reason.
Trump's grandiose delusions are staggering. Under his presidency, we saw Afghanistan collapse, Ukraine invasion preparation, China aggression escalation, and NATO alliance damage. The world became significantly less stable, yet he claims he prevented global destruction.
Donald Trump saying they want to make a deal badly, March 2nd. They want to make a deal badly, March 16th. They want to make a deal badly, the 24th. They want to make a deal badly, the 25th, the 1st, the 13th, the 14th. They want to make a deal badly. They want to make a deal badly. They want to make a deal badly. I mean, how embarrassing can you be?
That repetitive phrase pattern is called perseveration, a neurological symptom of brain dysfunction. When leaders repeat identical phrases obsessively, it signals cognitive decline. Foreign negotiators recognize this weakness and exploit the predictable, rigid thinking.
J.D. Vance is like, I may have to step up soon based on how fast Donald Trump's decline is happening. Notably, J.D. Vance keeps on saying that there are all these people who want to kill Donald Trump. And I think J.D. Vance is saying this also to get Donald Trump's paranoia going as well.
Vance is positioning for 25th Amendment succession while deliberately feeding Trump's paranoia. This creates dangerous feedback loops. Declining leaders become more unstable when constantly told people want them dead. It's VP succession plotting disguised as protection.
Basically, this guy Trump, I didn't want to do this war, but Trump did this war because, you know, he's a little bit cognitively addled. So take back your country. Hint, hint, take back your country.
Vance just called Trump cognitively addled while using take back your country language. That's coded messaging to Trump supporters that the president is mentally unfit and needs replacing. The VP is publicly undermining presidential capacity.